Hi everybody, in this video we're going to tackle the FDA and compliance. Everybody freaked out when it first happened. People were using it as an excuse left and right. But I personally have friends that have only been in Young Living about 2.5 years. So after the FDA compliance thing happened, and they're Royal Crown Diamonds, and they've shared compliantly the whole way. So for those of us that have been in Young Living a long time, or that are medical professionals and it's kind of just like how you talk anyways, it is a little bit of a learning curve, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen. And I've actually found that people listen to you more. You can spout off, diseases, blah, 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 and people are like, oh, okay. But if you talk about how you feel and the story, like how it made you feel, how it helped you, people actually pay a lot more attention to that. And what's really cool and one big strong suit is that the FDA cannot touch emotions. All day, every day, you can talk about how an oil has made you feel, and they can't say anything. So basically what happened was Young Living became a $1 billion company, and they started paying attention a lot more. And there were a lot of people throwing out like when the Ebola was coming around, saying, oh, this is an oil combination for Ebola virus. Yes, it's a virus, and yes, there are oils that are antiviral. But should they have said that? No. So all of us need to crack down and just be a little bit more cognizant of what we're saying. So with the FDA stuff, when we're person to person, we're sharing a tea, or we're just having a chat, or like even if you're doing like a Zoom call that's not being recorded, you can basically share friend to friend. Like, girl, this is my real story. Guess what this did for me. But when you are either texting, being recorded on social media, or in a big large gathering that you don't know everybody, I would really be careful and mindful to stay FDA compliant. So it's much easier actually than you think, and it's kind of fun. So this is what we need to do to be FDA compliant. Number one, we don't know the underlying issue for their runny nose, for example. If somebody's saying, oh man, I have a runny nose, what oil can I use for that? Well, we don't know if it's allergies, a cold, the beginning of a flu. Maybe there's even just a gluten intolerance that they don't know about. So what we could say is, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Personally, in my life, I really like to use lemon, lavender, and peppermint to support my respiratory system when I'm having that issue. But I don't know for sure if that could help for you. Just try it out and see. So there's not just one oil for everything. Yes, one oil usually works for like allergies, for example, for everybody. But we don't know their chemical makeup, how much toxins they've been exposed to, all of that stuff. So it's just really important to not say, oh, this oil works for this every single time. Number two, we cannot prescribe when they are talking about medical ailments. So basically, if you can buy like a medication, an OTC medication for it, you can't talk about it. So like headache. If somebody says, what oil can I use for my headache? Again, we don't know necessarily that it is a headache. We don't know what the cause is of that headache. So you can say, oh man, I'm sorry that your head is bothering you. Well, my head is really bothering me. I actually love to use peppermint at my temples and the back of my neck to really help to support my body and just make me feel better and lighter. There have been people that have actually been sued, like diamonds, crown diamonds, royal crown diamonds, because they have like prescribed something for a friend with an ailment and then something bad happened. As an example that's really sad, there was this friend who happened to be a diamond in Young Living that was helping one of her friends out. She said, hey, I have a friend that's having really bad morning sickness. What could she use? So the lady spouted off, Dry. It's great. I've loved it in all my pregnancies. So she took a screenshot of that and forwarded it to her friend. The lady used it, and a couple weeks later she had a miscarriage. Now, this lady had a history of miscarriages, but up until using the oils, she had a quote-unquote healthy pregnancy. Again, essential oils are not what caused that. But when you go to court, the diamonds, the royal crowns, everybody, the essential oil people lose every time because we're an easy out. So we want to protect ourselves so that it doesn't happen. So let me give you some examples of the nitty-gritty. And this is one video with all of our FDA training where I've got Young Living's FDA paperwork, all that stuff. But I just wanted to come to you guys to make a video short and sweet to help break it down so that you guys are not like flabbergasted over it. So how can we talk about oils You can talk about how they make you feel. Like I said at the beginning of this video, all day, every day. I love me some stress away. I just feel light as a feather, like $1,000,000. Feel like I can take on the world. I can totally do this mom thing all day. See, you can talk about feelings. So and then also too, if you're taking a picture of an oil and you're wanting to post it on your Facebook page, again, it's the 1 in 5 things that's part of who you are. We definitely need to be posting about oils. But if you're posting about cooking with an oil, make sure it's got a vitality label on it. Oh, I have one, sorry. Here's a vitality label. It's white. Again, it's the exact same label. Exact same oil, excuse me, in this bottle versus one of these bottles. But to be FDA compliant, we need to make sure that if I'm saying, man, I love lemon in my water, it needs to be a vitality one. Or man, I just love how lemon makes my skin feel. It needs to be the regular labeled one. So this is the regular labels that are pretty, and the vitality ones always have the white. Okay, so this is an example of how you can post when people are talking about things FDA compliantly. So first, we can say may help, could help, or might help. And then you put in something. And then the next is support, encourage, promote, or maintain. And then you talk about healthy or proper. And then you can name a body system. Peppermint vitality oil can help support a healthy digestive system. See, that's super easy. So it takes a second to think about it, but it actually is pretty easy. Let's see, people want to hear more about our emotions anyways. Like, oh my goodness, I have, let's just use like IBS or something that it's horrible for your life, right? It's not only physical, but most of it's emotional anyways. Like, oh, my tummy, man, it's just really gotten me frustrated lately. I don't feel like I can eat very much, but when I use peppermint vitality oil, I feel so much better. I feel like I can eat so much more. I'm so much happier. See? So it's not as scary as it sounds. It takes a little bit to get used to, but in the long run, it helps you connect more with people. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Again, check out all the other links on the FDA training and let me know what you think.